is open.
Is that your cat?
What?
Your picture?
What picture?
Never mind.
Oh, that one?
Go back
Yeah, I
to
don't know
sleep.
how that got up there.
Go back to sleep.
It's my little, not, I wish it was my cat.
I don't.
All right.
Okay, we're
Hear
coming
the
in.
tunes. Have a great show.
Thanks.
Darkness has descended upon the city, and the creatures of the night have begun to stir. This is the time when the veil between the realms of the living and the dead is the thinnest, and all that is not what it appears to be. Like a lone sentinel, one candle flickers in the night, revealing all that lurks in the darkness. This is Ghost Chronicles, Book of Shadows. Welcome to the nightmare.
Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to Ghost Chronicles Book of Shadow. I am Ron Kolick, that lone candle flickering in the wind. And with me, my co host, the Wicked Witch of the West, Marla Brooks.
I'm just thinking about what kind of candle you would look like.
What kind of candle?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, because I'm flickering in the wind. Oh, yeah. St.
Like,
Francis had gave a very, I love his quote. It's like, all the darkness in the world cannot extinguish the flame from a single candle.
mm-hmm. Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So that's me. That's single candle.
I was just watching the wax going down and, whatever. It was good. My thought was
Wax
good.
going down. Thanks
Yeah.
a lot.
Well, you were melting a little bit and,
Help me, I'm melting. Oh!
yeah, like that. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
anyway,
Yes.
so we have an interesting show for you because I'm interested in it. And it's all about superstitions.
Mm-hmm.
If I was really good, I would play, you know, what's his name? Superstition.
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
What the hell is his name?
Yeah, thanks.
Stevie Wonder. Stevie Wonder.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That was great. Anyway, I wish we could
I
play.
used to do that. What?
I
You
wish we
can
could
get,
play that.
well, you can't because you get in trouble because that over at
Yeah,
my place.
you need the license.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
every time I had a show, I had one of those things that went for the subject,
Yeah.
so I would do that every week. I had different, and then they lowered the boom.
Yeah. Can't
Yeah.
do that. Be
No,
sued. So, yeah.
no fun anymore.
Unless you have of course, a license, then you're okay.
Yeah. And it was really expensive.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, so funny, but I get audio clips all the time from record producers and stuff from the play in the show.
Well, you can get like I have YouTube gets mad at me sometimes and it says it's not going to hurt you, but just don't play that anymore kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But if you have a written thing from the people that did the songs, you're good. Because I have a bunch of those things.
Yeah. I had a laugh because YouTube, the Ghost Chronicle show, I think is the video portion of it and puts those up on our YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm.
And YouTube actually gave her a hard time for the closing, which is mine. They said it was copyrighted. I said, yeah, by me. It's mine, you clunkerheads.
Yeah, they do that too.
Yeah, idiots. Anyway.
We need idiots, so unfortunately.
Yeah, the world's full of them. St. Jan got kicked off of Facebook for no particular reason. The only way she can get back on is by doing a video of herself. So it ain't happening.
What? I've never heard that. That's weird.
Yeah, that's extremely weird. So it ain't happening.
Is she gonna do a video of herself?
No.
Okay.
Would you?
No. Well,
I wouldn't either.
Yeah, I mean, I'd have my hand up, and
Oh
but,
no, you have to turn your head slowly.
Oh, okay, I get it. Yeah,
no,
because you do that. I do that with my phone. It's
yeah.
recognition, face recognition.
Yeah, well, that ain't happening.
Okay. All right, we're not going to talk about superstition, are we? Um,
Yes, we are. That's a
we're good.
superstition.
I
They don't.
know.
They don't believe that we're. We don't believe that. You know, we believe. I believe eight. Well, whatever. Anyway,
Both of us sound like a couple
so
of blundering idiots sometimes.
I have superstitions. I just want to know. As a hockey player, of course, in sports you'll find tons of superstition. Every player has his own really superstition. And hockey is, I've talked about Lou and I have talked about this from the morning show many times. Is that we all have our superstitions playing hockey, where you have to sit in the same spot at the bench.
Mhm.
Sometimes you wear the same socks, or you don't wash this, or you have different little things you have to do. You're the first one off the ice, the first one on the ice, whatever it is.
Mhm.
Each one's different, and they're extremely superstitious. But
Yeah.
I have one outside of sports.
Okay. What is
So, and superstition, I guess, is really a phobia. Wouldn't you call it a phobia?
it? Can be. I was doing some um, homework today, and they were talking about what started superstitions and stuff.
Oh,
But go
do you
ahead
want
and
to
tell
get
you.
into that?
Well, no, tell your thing, and then I will.
Okay, yeah, my phobia or superstition is that, I have no reason to even know why, is that I don't like people to put a hat on a table,
That is one of one.
and that what's that?
It is one. That's one of them that I came across. I mean, so many, but that's
Oh,
not.
what? I've never even heard of it before.
I
Why?
don't.
But
I didn't remember. Yeah.
I just, I cringe every time that happens. And I make a point not to put a hat on a table. Now I know that you're not supposed to put a hat on the bed because that means that company's coming or something or whatever. But
Mm,
uh, on a table is my phobia. I have no reason to even understand. But there you go.
interesting.
Do you have a superstition
Uh, Not anything special, I don't think.
other than your normal crap?
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. But okay, so superstition has a long history.
Okay, here we go.
This is what I learned.
Yeah.
And lots of them are rooted in ancient times, stemming from things like anything that's I can't word that, inexplicable, or misfortune. So the early superstitions often tend to make sense of natural events that they don't know how to figure it out. So, or, the movement of stars and everything like that. And so superstitions provided a sense of control in the face of the uncertainty and the fear. So offering explanations and rituals kind of made every oh, okay.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, okay, so the ancient Romans, I like this one.
Oh, you're going to
Um,
go right into superstition. I thought you were
no,
going to
no,
talk.
just for this one because it's cute.
Okay.
Um, but ancient Rome, because we were going back in time,
Hmm.
believed that mirrors contain fragments of a person's soul. So breaking one, believing in if you broke the mirror, it would be you're harming soul, and
You're talking like me
and
now.
that's what
That's sad.
I know. This is really bad, but yeah, they think if you break the mirror, you're going to harm the soul, and the soul is going to go in pieces for 7 years or something bad luck.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So
So, what
yeah.
about phobia end of it? You said you mentioned something about phobia.
Well, yeah, because these don't know people are what there's going on, so they're giving this phobia thing, and they need to say something to make it right, even if it's the wrong thing.
Oh.
They're just
Mhm.
putting the band-aid on the big slash. And
Okay.
yeah, no, they just made it up to make them feel better because they didn't know really what things were happening, so they made it up.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to look at one. I mean, we have a bunch of them, some that people have sent us in.
Okay.
And the first one I'm going to look at is very simple, and it's as old as I can remember, and that's called knocking on wood.
Mm. Hmm.
It's Indo-European, Celtic, or Celtic, as they say in some place, or
Yeah.
possibly British. Any list of superstitions would have to begin with arguably the most well known universal superstition, knock on wood. which was another song, by the way.
You
the
want to
actual
sing it?
no, the the actual origins and even meaning of this phrase also varies from cultures which use it, with some suggested roots in Indo-European or Celtic belief that spirits, good and bad, reside in trees, who could either be called upon to protect or chase away by knocking on their home. Others, particularly Christians, linking the practice to the magical power of the wooden crucifix. Most likely, among different theories, historians have attributed superstition to 19th century British children's game, Tiggy Touchwood.
Oops.
Tiggy
Okay.
Touchwood, Tiggy Touchwood, in which young players claim immunity, from being tagged by touching the nearest piece of wood. Adults have picked up on this habit, and that phrase, the British still say, touch wood today.
Hmm. Hmm.
And the rest is history.
Well, that's good. I
Tiggy
was I,
Touchwood.
I was doing witchy superstition things I was
Okay.
looking at,
Okay.
which were kind of interesting
I'm good with
because
that.
there's an I forget his name, but he's a really good author, English, and he's writes tongue in cheek. And
Oops.
in one of his things, one of his books, he wrote says witches aren't superstitious. Witches are the superstition.
Ooh.
I like that. But then I went on and looking, and it was saying that superstitions about witches reflect a broader social anxiety about the unknown and the power of the supernatural, and that witches and superstition are entwined with belief about witches, it because we fuel anxiety. I don't do that. Um, and
Haha.
and there's the interpretation of the natural world. So historically, witches were often blamed for misfortune, their perceived power, their attributes to the devil, and all that stuff. That's people made it into superstition. And the beliefs were particularly prominent during the early modern period leading up to the witch trials and the persecutions. But people say that superstitions about witches are because they think they're connected to the devil. We have supernatural abilities. They have familiars. We brew yeah, potions, and the evil eye. And so, it's just kind of interesting that, well, we're always connected with the devil, but that's something else. We don't think so. But maybe some people do. But they think we're in league with the devil, making pacts and doing the bidding, and
I'll tell
I I wish I had a familiar that would, take care of me and
you do. It's your cat.
well, I do have a cat, yes.
Isn't he the devil?
He actually, yes, you're right. This cat is the devil. Um, but he's not my familiar, actually.
Oh, okay.
I used to have a bird that was more of a familiar than the cat, but
Yeah.
what are you going to do? But
Cats
yeah,
are no.
so and evil eye, I think that's more Italian where that came from.
Mhm.
But they think we give the evil eye. Maybe I give the stink eye to people sometimes, but never the evil eye. Um,
I thought
but
you were
and
that threefold rule that you were like all goody shoes.
well, you know what? You don't want to do that. You don't, whatever comes back three times good or three times bad.
Mhm.
But people are human. You can't be all the time. There's a line that you cross, and because that's being human.
Mhm.
So yeah,
See,
all
that's
everybody.
the problem that most people don't realize that humans are who they are. They're imperfect. So
Hmm.
yeah,
Yeah,
there you go.
because somebody said, I would never this one. I'm a witch and I'm good. I can't do anything. I said, suppose you were walking down the street with your little kid and somebody walked up and grabbed the kid. Now, were you going to stand there and watch what happens? or you're going to
Get
chase
out
that
of
person down and kick the
them.
hell out of them, right?
Exactly.
So yeah, this is what I mean. Yeah, you don't want to do bad things. You do, for the better good. But if something goes wrong with somebody you love or know, and you're not going to sit there and twiddle your thumbs because you're a good witch. You're going to help fix it.
Mhm.
Yeah. So there.
Okay. All right. So let's look at my next one, which is throwing salt over your shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a European Christian ancient Roman one.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps the next most common superstition, at least in the West, involves tossing salt over one's shoulder. Like knocking on wood, this superstition also involves the idea of warding off evil, in this case, the devil himself. In Leonardo da Vinci's Last Supper, Jesus' betrayer, Judas, is portrayed as having accidentally spilled salt. I never knew that.
Mm-hmm.
Since Judas is associated with doing something bad, the argument goes that ipso facto, so was the salt. So throwing it over your shoulder would blind the devil. Oh, hang on a second as I scroll this down. Since other versions of the superstition, Old Scratch was thought to reside over your left shoulder. Oh, it's just like in those movies, you have an angel on one and the devil on the
Devil
other.
on the other. Yeah.
Ready to tempt you. The salt throne is to the left. Still, others say the sheer value of the salt alone in ancient times led to the belief that if you spilled salt, it incurred bad fortune, requiring a correspondent ritual as an act of penance to prevent worse from occurring. So you did bad by spilling the salt, so you throw the salt over the shoulder because you're wasting more salt because it's expensive, as an act of penance. So
Mm-hmm.
there you go on that.
Yeah. And you're just talking about salt, but I think this thing that came up too said that the Romans considered salt sacred. To spilling it was seen as an insult to
Oh,
household duties,
ooh,
and leading to the superstition that brings bad luck when you spill it.
huh?
Yeah, it's an I do when I do knock salt down, I do spit it. I throw it over.
Do you really?
Just yeah, I mean it just I don't know. When you're a little kid, it gets
Yeah,
stuck
you
in your
grew up
head.
that way. Yep.
Yeah, and it's just and it's kind of fun. Boop over your shoulder. But I think
Ah, right in my eye. Oh,
but you said it goes over the left eye or
left shoulder,
I mean the shoulder?
left.
That's the one.
That's
I
what it
mean
says. I'm
what
just
happens if you throw it over your right shoulder?
you blind the angel, so you're screwed.
Oh, okay. All
You're
right. Well,
tempted
yeah,
by
and
the
I don't
devil.
want to, yeah,
Ooh.
uh-huh.
Mhm,
Yeah, that's pretty neat.
mhm,
And also they were talking about and you were talking about knocking on wood.
mhm.
And it's thought to originate from ancient pagan cultures who believe spirits and gods reside in trees.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah. So
Mhm.
that was that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I said that.
Cross that one off.
Yeah, I said that.
Okay. How about, and did you find one about sneezing?
Oh, please do.
The belief that
The
one,
police?
yeah, the belief that one could sneeze, you could sneeze your soul out of yourself.
Yep.
So that's how the custom blessing after you sneeze is preventing them from losing their soul. So if you sneeze hard, you're going to spit out your soul.
Mhm. That's
Yeah.
also where the phase comes of covering your mouth when you sneeze. You
Oh,
should keep your
really?
soul, yeah, keep your soul in. Cover your
See, I
mouth.
never knew that.
Well,
I just thought
I
it
did.
was to not, spit on somebody. That was
No,
yeah.
no, it's to keep your soul in. That goes back before people had manners.
Some have, some don't. Okay,
That's true.
what's another one you got?
Well, yeah, these are pretty. Some of these, well, actually, all three of these have been obvious. This was walking under a ladder.
Okay.
European, Christian, and possibly Egyptian. This superstition of not wanting to walk under a ladder also has its root in Christian symbolism. Wow, a lot of Christian symbolism here. The
Yeah.
Holy Trinity of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit led to the association of the number three, which is a sacred number, by the way,
Hmm.
um, the triangle, with its three sides, came to regard it as a sacred as well. And the ladder, uh, and the ladder forms a triangle. Oh yeah, I never thought of it that way. Did you?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, put the ladder against a building and it forms a triangle.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah, I never knew that.
Would you still run under it?
Oh, me, I don't give a crap. As long as somebody's not on it, so they drop
Yeah.
something on me.
Yeah, a bucket of paint or
Yeah,
something.
and the things. The ladder, of course, forms a triangle. So naturally, if you walk under it, you would destroy the sanctity of the Trinity, and you would incur punishment. Let's see. Hang on, we always have a little caveat to these as well. I knew it was coming. The ladder's resemblance, oh, to the gallows also didn't help matters.
Really?
Nor
Okay.
did the fact that obviously a danger of something like falling from it. Finally, the Egyptians apparently thought that one might accidentally spot a god going up and down the ladder, so they avoided it. And must have
I,
made building those pyramids difficult. Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
So if you go up the ladder, you might see the god, and then you're in deep crap.
Yeah. And I don't know. When I do my card readings and stuff, when I shuffle
Mhm.
the cards, I always do it 3 times. For I don't know why. It just
Well,
came.
three is a sacred number. It's
Well,
always been a
yeah, but
sacred
I
number.
didn't know that when I was a kid when I started thinking about it. And it
I know.
just, I'll, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of it's got to do with the Christian beliefs of the Trinity, and but it goes back even farther than that. Three has definitely been a a sacred number. Uh,
Mm,
the next one I had was the broken mirror, but you touched upon that, so I'm going to let that one go.
oops.
Yeah,
Okay.
you
Go
got
to the
something?
next. Well, yeah, but you can go to the
No,
next
go
one.
ahead. I already did that one. I did the ladder, remember?
Okay. Here's one of my favorites. Don't trim your nails after sundown. Have you
Oh,
heard about that
thank
one?
God. No, I always trim my nails up.
Ok-
No, no, actually, I don't. I trim it during the
Okay.
day.
Well, in Japan,
Does
warning,
toenails count?
yeah, yeah,
Toenails.
nails,
I trim my
toenails,
toenails at
yeah.
night.
Okay.
Oh,
Well, Japanese say that
too much information.
warning that trimming the nails at night can cause premature death.
Ooh,
But the Koreans go all out. They they believe that discarding clippings will be eaten by rats who morph into monsters to terrorize them in their sleep.
holy crap!
I love that one. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. I never thought about it. Uh-huh.
So you're saving your clippings now?
Only if they're doing bad spells, but I don't do bad spells, so there.
Okay.
Just
Uh,
mentioning that.
sure.
Okay, did you know that
So she
birds
says.
um
Yes, dear.
I was just looking at something and it made me laugh. Bird droppings on you or your property are considered good luck. That's a superstition.
It is. Why?
I don't know. It doesn't. That's all they say.
Well, that's no good. If
No, 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 no.
you're walking,
Okay.
I remember in Atlantic City when Jan was walking down, the seagull crapped on her. She didn't
Oh,
find that good luck.
I know. And I've heard, I mean, my mom told me a long time ago if a bird pooped on you, it was good luck. I don't know
That's
where she came from it, but yeah.
Jan and
Yeah.
I both have cars, so uh, I have a agreement with the birds, and
Mm.
that I feed them, and they don't crap in my car, and they never do. They always crap in Janet's. There you go. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Well, birds are lucky
Yeah.
unless you have to clean the cages. That gets kind of,
No, I'm talking about wild birds. I get like flocks of crows, and I'll talk to them and stuff. So
I do too.
yeah, see,
Yeah, I loved it one time that there was a whole bunch of them in the backyard and they were huddling like they were all talking to each other and you could hear it. It was
they're
like,
called a mob, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
and they were "Bah, bah, 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 bah," and then somebody
Oh
else
yeah.
"Bah, bah, 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 bah," and I really wish I knew what they were talking about because they were just it was like a board meeting,
Mhm.
everybody's talking at the same
Oh
time.
yeah.
I love crows,
Yeah.
actually.
I talked to them, like I said. So
Yeah, well, I do too.
I car at them.
It's
Anyway,
just go.
this was one uh, our listeners had sent us, and this was Step in the Crack. and break
Uh-huh.
your mother's back.
Right.
This is African and European folklore. Another superstition involving something cracked or broken is being associated with bad luck is stepping on a crack.
Mm-hmm.
As for telling or even causing harm to a family member. As with mirrors, cracks in the earth or on the sidewalk are almost everywhere, as, uh, have long been seen as portals to the realm of the supernatural for
Hmm.
good and ill. To step on those cracks, you might invite or release unwelcome spirits into the world to do you harm.
Mm-hmm. And I've got something that goes along with that.
Step on a line?
No, about the cracks and whatever, but opening portals
Yep.
because you're never supposed to put two mirrors facing to each other.
Yep.
According to Mexican legend, put two mirrors opposite each other, and it creates a portal to the devil, and he'll come and enter your house.
Mirrors are, I mean, that's very important to the afterlife and the supernatural because, uh, a lot of Victorian times, but a lot of, I think, Jewish tradition as well, is that when someone dies, they cover the mirrors
Yes. Mm-hmm.
in all the houses, and that's
Yep.
that's important. And any reflective surface is believed that it can steal you. So, yeah, for instance, you're never supposed to put your bed facing a mirror,
Mm-hmm.
and that's because the mirrors can steal your soul as you sleep.
Mm-hmm.
In times, the same with water. That's why a lot of like African tribes were don't like to see the reflection in the water. It
Mm.
even goes back to ancient times, but um, it believes it will steal your soul, and it's even believed in colonial times. Like many towns in New England, especially, will have like a north and south cemetery, and the reason why is it's not that one they have that many people die, it's that they'll have like a running stream or brook or river running through the town, and it was considered very poor and very bad to take a body if you were going to bury him to cross that river because it could steal your soul.
Hmm. That's interesting.
Mm.
Yeah, well, people now, I think I saw something on TV a long time ago that they went to some, not even a third world country, a fourth world country. I mean, village people and that don't know anything. And they were trying to take pictures. So they didn't know what the people were, I mean, the people didn't know what they were doing. So they took a picture and then they showed it to the person. And they thought they got that spirit went away, their soul went
Oh,
away. So they said, "Don't no take no more pictures, no more pictures. You're taking our souls away." And this is in this day and age. So it's some things stick.
oh. By the way, our producer says a flock of crows is a murder.
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
I that's
I said mob,
oh well, I
and you agreed with me.
well because I'm not.
Polite.
Yes, I wasn't going to do that, but yeah, no, that's why I kind of like the crows too because it's a murder. It's just
Yeah,
funny.
I just don't like to give out false information. That's to me that's so important.
Well, you
And
didn't make it up, so it's
no,
okay.
so
Yeah.
actually we're coming up against the break right now anyway.
Okay,
So
I have a quick one then. We
hey,
got how
give it
many
to me.
seconds we got?
Give it to me 1 minute.
Okay. Don't chew gum at night. You ever heard
Ooh,
that one?
yes,
Hmm?
go ahead.
You know it? Because people, to a Turkish superstition, when a person chews gum at night, the gum turns into the flesh of the devil, or the dead, rather.
So, yeah.
Yeah. So chewing gum turns into the flesh of the dead.
And I'll leave you with this note. There was a famous a student, and we talked about it on the morning show about strange deaths, and he used to work in his room and work on uh, different experiments, and he would chew gum, and he would always dip his gum in uh, acetic acid to make it more sour. And
Mm,
so one day his mother heard an explosion. He ran up there, and he was making explosives, and he accidentally dipped his gum in the explosive, and he blew his head off.
Oy.
We got to go. We'll be back after the following messages.
Do you have a paranormal event, book, or something else you want people to know about? Then why not advertise it on Ghost Chronicles Radio? With over 150,000 downloads a month, get your message out to an audience that's interested in the subject. We have a plan at a cost that fits your needs. For more information, contact Ron Kolick at anyghostproject@comcast.net or call 978-455-6678.
Located in Illinois, there lies a sleepy little town where nothing is a common occurrence.
You going to that party in town tonight?
Heck yeah! I only turned 18 once.
That is until the night of celebration.
Where the hell is she? Oh no. No, 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 Jessica!
What's happening?
From the creators of Shadowhunters, Bite Me, comes a tale of primal terror and grindcore mayhem. Shadowhunters, kill, Jessica, kill!
Are you reading me? Come in. Hello? Greetings from the Shadow, and welcome to Shadowzine. My name is Jeff Belanger. I'm an author, podcaster, and explorer of the unexplained. For 30 years, I've been investigating the paranormal, UFOs, monsters, and things that bump in the night. Lately, you may have noticed how major TV networks and even social media networks have been pushing our favorite subject back into the shadows. I say good. That's why I launched Shadowzine, a monthly underground publication that covers your favorite topics in depth by some of the leading writers and researchers out there. If you're looking for 30-second TikTok clips, go somewhere else. If you're ready for a deeper dive, put down your phone and pick up Shadowzine. You can't find it in stores. This is old school print. Head to shadowzine.com and be part of the underground revolution. That's shadowzine.com, and I'll see you in the shadow.
And we're back. I'm Marla Brooks. Ron Kolick is here, and we're talking all about superstitions.
Superstition. Dum, dum, dum.
Yeah, I knew you were going to sing it. Just
Yeah,
hum
I
it.
wish.
You won't get in trouble. It's okay.
You know, when I wrote my book, I had all these references to lyrics, and they took them all out.
They did?
Yep, they removed every single one
Oh
of
my
them.
gosh.
Yep,
Oh my God. That's really strange.
yeah. You know, I quoted Tom Petty and who else? Oh, Edgar Allan, not Edgar Allan, Edgar with the
Edgar
group,
Allan Poe. Yeah.
Edgar with the group, and all these other ones. It's like they took them all out. Because to me, you know, music
Yeah.
is so important. There's so many lines and songs that you know, remind you of something in your lives. But anyway,
Mhm.
so back to
Yeah.
superstition. The number
Yeah.
4,
Mhm.
Chinese.
Mm-hmm.
We know number 13 is supposed to be because there's a whole ton of story on that. I didn't get into that one because it's so long and uh, there's so many reasons. But the number 4, by the way, I used to wear number 13 when I played hockey. It was my lucky number.
Oh,
Uh,
good.
yeah,
Are you a witch? Because that's us. We're 13. Those are
there you
like
go.
our numbers. Yeah. Anyway,
13
but
13 in the cupboard.
13 anything. Get it. Yeah.
Hmm. So for the Chinese, the number 4 is a no-no due to its similarity. Just this is easy, and in pronunciation. In Chinese, the word for death is similar to 4. So you mentioned death, so you don't do that. It's kind of silly, but
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've heard that.
that's it. That's all I got.
Okay. Well, have you ever been on the Isle of Man?
Ah,
Yeah.
that's where the talking mangoose was.
That what?
The talking mangoose.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
there
Well,
you
over there, rats are referred to as longtails.
go.
Saying rat is considered bad luck.
Oh, why?
Can't say that's it. They just said the word rat would be bad luck.
Oh, that stinks because I want to know why. Why,
Well,
why, why?
I can't read between the lines because there aren't any.
Aren't you psychic?
Psychotic sometimes, but I don't know about psychic. But I'm just looking at this list and it has your Chinese culture thing there too.
See, there you go.
Yeah.
Anyways, tucking thumbs inside of a cemetery.
Yes.
Oh, you know that one?
Hmm.
Do you want to take it?
No, go for it.
Okay. Like the fear of the word for in China, this comes from Japan, uh, hinging on its similarity in its pronunciation, the Chinese word of death, the Japanese similarly tuck their thumbs when in the cemetery visiting graves of the dead of relatives. This comes from the connection between the Japanese word thumb and the meaning as parent finger, excuse me. To tuck one thumb inside a cemetery is to protect one parents from death. That's interesting. I bet you got more on that one.
No, actually, I think
I
we read the same thing.
ah, I
Yeah.
yeah, because I've heard that one before.
Yeah. I can't find, I know it says killing a ladybug is a bad superstitious, but I can't find out why.
Oh, I don't kill ladybugs.
No, I wouldn't either.
No, I don't kill much or anything. How about giving yellow flowers?
I've never heard that.
Russia. It comes from Russia.
Okay.
Like numbers, colors are frequently have been assigned as symbolic significance. Uh, like black is seen as a color of bad luck, and red is a color of passion. In Russia, yellow flowers are particularly seen as problematic, as they are thought to represent infidelity, separation, and even death.
Hmm.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Did you
that's
ever
kind of,
did you ever hear my show on what the color of your panties mean?
no.
Yeah,
Mm.
I'll have to do that one again. I spoke
And
to
what,
le- I spoke to leading pantyologists, and they told me by either subliminal or conscious or unconscious, the color of your panties mean quite a bit.
uh-oh.
Hmm. Hmm.
Wow. I'd be afraid to know. I
Yeah,
know.
I will have to do a show sometime when
Yeah, that,
I did it. I don't know if it's on YouTube or not, but we definitely did it on the Next Generation show.
ah,
This is
that,
this is this is one. Oh, you got one? Go ahead.
well, I have, but whatever. In Poland,
Ah, my people. Go ahead.
there you go. Bags have no business being on the ground in Poland because it's believed that if you leave your bag unattended, money can easily jump out of there.
And
So the
run away.
Polish also have an interesting history of superstitions surrounding death and funerals. Some believe that there is a death, you should bury the body before the next Sunday, or else the death in your circle will soon follow.
Ooh, that's not good.
Mm-mm.
I told you about my great great grandfather, right? In Poland.
No, no.
He was in the village he was in. He was the resident, I don't know, soothsayer or whatever it was. But when people died in the village, they would go to him, and he would dream about them, and the next morning he would give messages from the dead to the living.
Hmm. That's neat.
Mm,
Ooh, yeah, spooky, but neat.
mm.
I've got one. I wish I could hear Steve Parsons' voice reading this. Okay, this is funny. Well, it's not funny, but if you in Great Britain, if you see a magpie, you better greet them politely. Good morning, Mr. Magpie. How is your lady wife today? Forgetting this little greeting and bad luck will follow the next day if you don't do it. This tradition probably comes from the fact that magpies are usually found in pairs, so a lone magpie signifies sadness. If
Oh,
if you add one for solid, two for joy to your greeting, you'll get further ensure that the magpie will be friendly and won't steal any of your shiny belongings.
hmm,
Can you see Steve talking about magpies?
I could.
I can see that too, and I'm giggling in my head.
Mm. So we actually have a comment as we were talking about on the word rat.
Uh-huh.
It's a relatively modern superstition that has arisen. Uh, it's considered bad luck to mention the word rat. The origins of date back to sea taboos, where certain words and practices were not mentioned aboard ship in fear of attracting bad luck or bad weather.
Hmm.
So yeah, which rats were a big thing on ships.
Yeah, yeah.
This is one
Huh.
for you.
Me? Okay.
Mm.
Uh-oh.
Sweeping the feet,
Sweeping the feet.
sweeping feet. South America.
Okay.
If you happen to be cleaning on a cleaning spree in Brazil, you will want to steer clear of brooms, or at least
Oh.
be careful. South Americans believe that if your feet are swept over by the broom, you will remain single for the rest of your life. The curse can be broken if you immediately spit on the broom. The origins of the superstition is unknown, but the legend has it that a woman who cannot keep her house clean does not make a good wife. I like that.
Yeah, well,
Go spit on the broom.
yeah, if it was a witch broom, it would smack you back. Boom, give it to you.
On brooms, I heard that also that when you move from a house, you never take your broom with you.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Even if it's a good broom?
you don't take your broom with you
Oh,
because you
poor
take
broom.
your negativity and everything with you as well.
Well, maybe there is no negativity. That's not
There is.
fair.
That's why you sweep. We sweep that all away.
Okay.
Isn't
All
there
right.
another one? You leave your broom outside the door at night during the New Year or something, or a full moon or something.
Well, you put it out with its, I think it's one way or the other. If it's up and down, wait,
That's
if
so
if
useful.
look, if it's up or down, I think it's when it's down, um, you can come into the house, but if it's flip it up, nobody should come in. They don't want to have anybody. So
That's
it's
like
the up and down.
we're
Yeah,
having sex. Don't come in.
that might go sideways, maybe.
I think the show's going sideways.
It just did. Yeah, you got one coming up.
Itchy palms.
Oh my God, I've had the itchy palms for the longest time in one hand. So tell
Ooh,
me.
ooh, ooh. Do you want to know this one?
I'm afraid you're going to tell me anyway, so
I
maybe it'll
will.
be okay.
This is from the Caribbean or Caribbean, depending on how you say it, or
Mm-hmm.
maybe the Gulf of America. I'm not sure.
Uh-huh.
Depending which palm of yours begins to itch, you may find yourself in the Caribbean with a bit of extra money to spend,
Hmm.
or in the red. It is a common belief that an itchy left palm means you will owe money soon, whereas a rich, itchy right palm means that money is coming your way. There is a explanation. Wait a minute. there is an explanation that might tell us why such a distinction. The left hand seems to hold passive energy, and the right hand has active energy, which could symbolically mean money coming in and out.
Mm-hmm.
How do you
Well,
think?
my
Hmm.
palm has been itching, and I know that that's where you're spending
Where is it? Your
money.
right or your left one?
My left. So
Oh, so sad.
yes, and it fits because I've been doing a lot of dental work, and I'm
Mhm.
getting
Did you
throwing
say
out
devil work?
dental work.
Oh, I thought you said devil work.
No, no,
Same
going
thing,
to
by
it,
the way. Same
going to
thing.
the dentist. Yes, it is very devilish, and so I've spent way too much, but I have to. So yeah, and I'm going to get really mad after I get this all finished and done if my left hand starts itching again.
Hmm.
I'm putting it down for this. It's knowing that I'm, doing this now, but if it keeps itching, I'm going to be in big trouble.
Hmm. Do you know
Hmm.
there's another one too that I know, I don't know the origin, it's not on my list or anything, is that if your nose itches, you're gonna kiss a fool or win at cards?
I heard the kiss a fool one. I heard, yeah.
Oh, kiss a fool or get in the fight. Yeah, and
Oh, I
the
didn't hear that.
itchy hand is you're gonna win at cards, which would make sense. It must be your right arm, then you're gonna win money, right?
That would be good
Yeah,
unless
that
you
makes sense.
don't have a poker face and you blow
Doesn't matter.
yeah.
Sometimes it doesn't matter.
Well, maybe. All right. Well, here's one
Oh,
about
please.
birthdays. In Germany, you can't congratulate a person.
Coagulate. You are talking like me. That's so
Yep,
sad.
I know. Two peas in a pod. But you can't congratulate them before their actual birthday. This superstition goes back to the belief that demons can hear the good wishes and consequently do their best to make them not come true. But even when it's midnight and and when you're finaling final allowing to congratulate your German friend, party related danger still lurks around the corner. When you make a toast to them, you'll have to look everybody straight in the eyes when you clink your glasses. And this way, you'll make sure that A, there's no poison in your drink, the, or- the origin of this superstition, or B, your love life won't be ruined in the next 7 years.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
So that's where I went wrong.
I would think the older we get, we don't want to even 2 minutes before the birthday. We want to not get that birthday number changed.
Mm. That doesn't
Yeah.
bother me. It's just a number as far as I'm concerned.
Well, it is. It
Yeah.
is.
So here's one. Don't go right home after a funeral.
Where should you go?
I like this one. A Philippine tradition called the Paga Paga
Okay.
dictates that people never go straight home after a funeral or wake. Otherwise, a bad spirit might tag along and come inside the house.
Oh.
Mourners will stop at a restaurant or store or bar just in case. Good idea.
Hmm.
Hmm,
That's interesting.
hmm.
Okay, let's talk about
Let's see.
unlucky days.
Are there lucky days?
In Italy, there is.
Okay,
It's a weird superstition.
I guess it is.
Friday the 17th always is bad news.
If you
This
say
is
so.
why you basically shouldn't do anything that day, least of all celebrate a special event. But if you do, why would you? Then please say, for heaven's sake, don't wear anything purple.
Ooh.
And are you getting paler and paler because you're reading this on the 17th? Comma, yes, there. At a wedding, wear your best purple suit. Don't worry, you can easily combat your bad luck. If you're a woman, touch your left breast with your right hand.
Or I can do
Shake,
that for you.
shake a bit for extra luck. And if stop it,
Go ahead.
I can't. Oh God,
Da, 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 da,
it'll be a
da,
while.
da, 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 dum, dum,
Oh,
dum.
and then here it says, and if you're a man, you just have to touch your, well, maybe don't. So you got it too.
Well, a lot of guys do that anyway. You just
Well, yeah,
watch the game,
it's
you'll
a
see it.
it's a hobby, yeah. So it says, after all, it might just be better to risk bad luck instead of almost certainly embarrassing yourself in front of the other wedding guests.
Well, not if alcohol's involved.
Well, they would all join in.
So here you go. Whistling indoors
Yeah.
is not good. Did you know that?
No.
Whistling while you work may be an issue in Lithuania,
Uh-huh.
where it's forbidden to whistle indoors because the noise is believed to summon the demons.
Ah.
Oh, it attracts them. It's like
Hmm. I wish I could speak French, but there's this thing in France. It says, unless you're in France where they are saying, and I can't read this, but in English it says spider in the morning sorrow. The French have a long list of weird superstitions around animals, including the belief that if a bird looks through your window, something bad's going to happen. Or if a pregnant woman sees an owl, she'll give birth to a girl. And most importantly, though, be extra careful when it comes to your meals. If you leave bread lying upside down, then the people who meant to eat it will be cursed.
oh, this is lovely. These are real beauties.
I know, huh?
Okay, I can top that though.
Okay.
So if you're at that wedding in your purple suit, touching somebody's breast or your left testicle, then don't toast with water. A German superstition declares that if you cheers with water, you are actually wishing death upon the people you're drinking with.
Oh, God.
The idea stems from Greek mythology.
Oh, my God. Oh,
All these things we got to remember. I don't know. We could be killing people and we don't even know it.
I'm going to watch my bread for sure.
Yeah, in your
Okay.
breast.
In Russia, you should
Yes,
avoid
dear.
going back into your house if you forget something. Now, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Um, but it says, how do you manage not to forget an entire thing? But all right, this guy says, if you have to go back, just make sure not to whistle and when you
There you
go
go.
back in,
Yeah.
because you'll anger the devil,
There
right?
you go. Yeah.
And to avoid further enraging the devil, you must sit on your suitcase, like if that's what he's talking about, if you left it behind, you must sit on your suitcase to trick the demon into thinking that you won't be traveling for a while. And remember to always look into the mirror before you go out again.
Holy moly, that's a lot of work.
Boy, hun, yeah, just if, suppose you just got your phone in there, boy, hey,
Yeah. Oh well.
crazy.
So, you go to bed, you think you're going to get some sleep, and you
Hmm.
think everything's cool. But
Hmm.
no, 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 no. Avoid sleeping with your head to the north.
To the
According to
what?
north, North, north. The,
Oh, oh, the north. Okay, sorry.
the north, as we say in California, the north. According to Japanese superstition, sleeping with your head in that direction is bad luck because that's how the deceased are laid to rest.
Really?
Yeah, that's what it says. But wait, avoid sleeping with your head to the west.
Oh, okay.
Conversely, the same superstition exists in Africa if you sleep your head to the west.
Not much left. Keep going.
That's it. I got no more things.
Oh
I
my
mean, no
God.
more directions. No more
Yeah, no,
directions.
that's crazy.
So north and west, you got to stay with.
Hmm.
I know
Well,
that I know that certain like burial chambers, or they run east to west. So
yeah,
and there's a reason for that because with the resurrection, you're facing it.
yeah,
Yeah. So
yeah, because certain people can't be buried in cemeteries in that direction if they're not real good people or something like that.
yeah, there's a lot of
Like
cemetery
witches could never get buried in this.
witches can't get buried anyway.
We can too.
No,
Hey.
you can't. No.
Oh yeah.
If you do, they keep popping up.
Well, we could, but they don't have a stake in their heart, so we're okay.
Yeah. So what do
Uh-huh.
you got?
Brazil.
Yeah, been there.
Superstition serves as evidence of the country's rich cultural mixture. Weird superstitions like making the sign of cross when you walk by a graveyard, which clearly came from European settlers, coexist with local ones like not pointing up at the stars because this will give you the warts on your fingers.
Okay.
Yeah, I can see on the tip on your fingers, all of a sudden they go bloop, bloop, bloop. Yeah.
I, it's like, I don't. We just like must be killing people all over the place. Keep your shoes off the table. In Britain, it's considered bad luck because it's supposed to symbolize death of a loved one. Back in the day, placing someone's shoes on the table was a way to let the family know that they passed away. Nowadays, it's just bad etiquette. So I guess if grandma died, you shove her shoes on the table, and when
Well,
you come to eat,
who wants anybody's on the table? I mean, you don't know where you've been sitting or walking, and it's not good. Oh, here's a ghosty one.
I love ghosty ones.
South Korea. Whistling at night is bad in South Korea because it will let ghosts and bad spirits notice your presence. Writing could be another dangerous uh, evening activity. Just don't think what would happen if you accidentally grabbed the wrong ink pot in the dark and wrote a person's name in red.
Oh my!
Koreans believe this, that it's extremely bad luck, as red is symbolic of death, and the wooden sticks and tombstones on Buddhist grave are also written in red. I didn't know that.
I didn't know either.
Whistle in South Korea, don't whistle at night.
Mm.
The boogeyman's going to get you.
We already know that, according to you, that bird poop can bring you good luck.
Yeah.
So, this one seems unlucky all around, but just go with it. Stepping in dog poop. It's actually considered good luck in France.
Okay.
If you do it with your left foot, it's bad luck. If you do it with your right foot, it's good luck. Oh my God, there's so much with right and left in these, isn't there?
And poop. Yeah, a lot of
And poop,
poop too.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
People dying and thing, whatever.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So, anyways, we got to end up. I mean, I can't believe in it. So, now I know why the winters are so long. In
Why?
Iceland, if you're knitting inside the house, you're doing the needlework on the doorstep, you will keep the frigid temperatures for a prolonged winter.
Ah,
Mm.
okay. Uh-huh. So actually we're leaving people with poop stuff and demons
All right.
and
In
and
Syria, yo-yos feared that they would cause a drought. So if you play with the yo-yo, you'll cause a drought.
oh
Is that better?
no,
Don't get a haircut on Tuesdays.
nah, that's too easy.
All right,
Uh-uh.
we gotta go. Unfortunately,
Yeah,
these there's so many cool ones. I couldn't believe it.
I know. Maybe we'll have to do another one to catch up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pas dur.
Yeah.
Eating goat meat. Never mind. Right. Moving on, we gotta go. You've been listening to Ghost Chronicles Book of Shadow with Mila Brooks and Ron Kolek right here on TogiNet Radio, and we're brought to you by Circles of Wisdom, 386 Merrimack Street, Methuen, Massachusetts, the Glant Messier Family Law Group, 55 High Street, North Andover, Massachusetts, and our very good friends on Ghost Chronicles Radio on Patreon, like John in our chat room. And you can become a member too. Go to Patreon, Ghost Chronicles Radio, and you get access to some really cool stuff. So thank you all for listening, and we wish you good luck.
Good one.
From goalies to ghosties, long-leggedy beasties, and things that go bump in the night. Deliver us, good Lord.